Yeah, let me tell you something too. They showed Micah Parsons and Ezekiel Elliott were shown in the crowd, right? Bro, I was watching the pre-show even, okay? And they had like Micah Parsons was on the panel with Booker and everything, all that, and they brought Zeke up there. So they had like had all these stars and stuff, like the football players. Like they were asking Micah Parsons, he was talking about he's a big fan and everything. And they said, "Would you join the WWE?" He goes, "You guys match my contract, I'll join tomorrow." I know people are whoa, the people, but I'm just saying, like it just gives that company like such a big feel. Like it's a place where one of the best football players in the league would just give it up and go there if he can make it pay the same money, right? So next, AJ has a standard entrance and had a cut on his upper right cheek. Supposedly, people were saying that the pyro hit him or something, but supposedly one of the apparatuses of his entrance
sliced him or whatever.
Sliced him in the cheek. So the poor kid is going out there for a big match. He's going to slice the cheek before the match even starts. Edge had this chair like he's a king. Like, he looked like I tweeted.
Great entrance.
He looked like a Queensryche rock and roll character.
Great
like
entrance.
Kind of like a dark music, rock and roll, kind of like Ozzy Osbourne stuff. Yeah, excellent entrance. This is good storytelling. A lot, bro. You could tell that when Edge puts together a match, that he makes he knows when there's going to be facials he needs to have, and he makes sure that the camera guys are going to be right on his face when the time comes. It has to be pre-planned, okay? Because they catch him in so many important facial shots that he knows to tell storytelling and everything. That I guarantee he's going to production beforehand and making sure they get all these shots. But basically, this was a great match. I liked it. It's got the good old school type of style I like. So he goes for a springboard, the phenomenal forearm at the end. Priest shows up at ringside, distracts AJ. So AJ goes up for the phenomenal forearm, and Edge hits him with the spear. And he beats him 1, 2, 3. And then Edge and Priest, they come together at the end, and they're side by side. And guess what Graves asks? What sort of unholy union is this? But it does look like an unholy union. So actually, those guys should be. Remember how we said they put Moxley and Bryan Danielson together? They should immediately go be fighting for the titles, like the tag titles.
Right.
Like Edge and Priest should immediately be right in for the main event, the tag title picture. Like immediately. There's no reason to wait while where they're together, so you can tell the story as you go along. But their whole thing is we're here to wreck this place,
Yeah, and this will be really good for Priest too.
Yeah, excellent
that association,
what great matches could they have with him and with Orton and Randy?
Riddle.
I bet you they're thinking that because there's a lot of backstory there too.
Yeah,
Edge and Randy. Mm-hmm. So that's actually, you know what? What if you circled back, okay? And Edge basically comes back and has said, I'm not finished with you, Randy Orton. I've never been finished with you. Now you got a pretty tough guy by your side. I got a guy by my side too.
They've been rivals and partners, so there's a lot of history.
Kind of has the Hatfields and McCoys type vibe a little bit. You can make out of it. Now I got a friend too. I'm saying that this. If they start telling that story, that's good storytelling that makes sense. That he would want to circle back to Randy Orton because that's they've been feuding for 20-something years. Now they have
even better to add another layer to it, since everybody's been saying that sooner or later they're going to separate Riddle and Orton. Mm-hmm. He made Riddle turn on Orton, and it was Riddle, Priest, and Edge in a faction.
That's this is. I guarantee if those thoughts hasn't crossed the creator's mind, they should. Because that's pretty good stuff.